Hi guys, this is part 2 of my new resin project. Part 1 was all about the glue gun fan. Obviously I had to ditch that idea. So today, obviously I did sped the video up because I couldn't talk through that one because I was going to be using resin and was going to be wearing my respirator, so I thought I'd just I'll do the voiceover all at once. I have the cat with me here in the background somewhere. So yeah, let's get to it. So excuse me, this is me just getting all my crushed glass with my rough quartz in place. Most of I put my main little tiny, well it's not tiny, my little cluster of crystal, my quartz points are sitting there in the little swirly bit. They stayed, thank heavens. I had to take all the stones off and give it a light sand. The glue had made a horrific mess. I have put it away, the glue gun. I don't think I'm ever going to get it out again. I will just use resin in future. I might, I don't know. I'll maybe invest in a better one and some better glue. We'll wait and see. So yeah, this is me getting them all in place. Sorry, it's part of the process of doing it all on camera. But I don't obviously want to speed past these bits too fast. So anyway, yeah, for the first part, I didn't have my mask on. I know a lot of people will pour the resin on and then put their glass or their crystals in place, but I personally I like my way, and a lot of people do it that way, a lot of people do it this way. I like to make sure everything's in place, and I'd put some smaller glass pieces down at the bottom of the design and then slowly worked up to big pieces. And then I like to have some chunkier pieces of glass around the edge because I go in. I have my part 3 video to edit. I might do it after this and I might not, it just depends. Yeah, I like to have my bigger chunky pieces around the edge so I can come in and hand paint them, because I used gold right up to the edge of the glass and crystals and it turned out so nice. I'm really excited. I cannot wait for you to see it. It's completely out with my normal style, but we'll get back to that. So I did lots of chunky bits around the outside. It's just finessing them all and then trying to pick up the bits that had fallen off or kept not staying where I'd put them. And then obviously I go in. What I do find hard, excuse me a minute people, what I do find hard is I put some quartz and glass in each corner. Like I said, I wasn't going to, but I thought it just adds that little bit extra, and the other panel needed more anyway. So then I picked out some really small delicate pieces of quartz points. I only did 2 in each corner, and I obviously understand now it's easier to try and hot glue gun them in, because when you're just trying to put them in resin, you know, I suppose if you wait till the end of the pot life and it's starting to get a bit thicker, it would be easier for them to stand. So I think by the time I had got everything on and picked out the pieces I wanted to use, and kind of held them in place, like squeezed them into the crystals and prayed that they didn't all fall over. Hi. This is my cat. Say hi. So yeah, it was difficult because a few times I had to go back and kind of like prop them up with another piece of glass or another piece of crystal, but it worked out in the end. They looked great, and they were at the sort of angle that I wanted them at. I didn't want them sticking straight up, I wanted them on a slant, so I was really happy about that. So it was all good, it all worked well. We'll get to the point in the video. I used Just For You online Rebel Opal White Flakes. I have just received my purple ones, so I'm going to go and put some purple on because I just think they go better with the piece as it is now. I can't wait to use them. They're so beautiful, really fluttery and nice. You can't even breathe near them. You can't even sneeze near them. They just, you open the lid and you see them all floating about in the air. They're so pretty and really sparkly. So yeah, can't wait to use those. Excuse me. So this is me. I think I've done one corner and the other corner, just finessing them. And I've been looking at doing bigger pieces and trying to stick to the same style, or I'm so sorry, mix it up a bit. I thought this was quite a. I like the design of this. I really like it. And I'm still tempted. I want to keep it geode / modern elegance, and for my next piece I'd really like to do more of a geode shape, more of a geode style, and see how it works, because obviously when I did part 3 of the video I mixed all my colours, and obviously it's not working. Do a line, leave it to cure, do another line and leave it to cure. That's what I would normally do. This was just put all the colours on and hope that they stay in some semblance of order, and they didn't, but I was happy with the overall outcome, so I'm really pleased. I've obviously got that done. I used loads of different colours, and it worked really well, and I love it. It's completely different to my normal, and I'm going to I've going to get my glitter lines done. I'm going to get that done maybe today or tomorrow. And I actually went and bought some Posca pens. I would normally hand paint lines on, but I just felt like excuse me, that this would be easier. So purple being one of the colours and gold the other, I invested in a gold Posca pen and just a plain purple because I couldn't find a metallic purple, but I have managed to find some, and I will be getting some. So yeah, this is me just getting all the stones in place. Excuse me. And then that's my little tub of flakes sitting there, and then I've got to mix my resin up, and then get that on. I'll be quiet for a few minutes and let you watch the video. There they are. Ooh. Yeah! Shiny, sparkly. Don't get a long look because obviously I sped the video up. Excuse me. Yeah, so I put quite a lot on. It's like fish food, kind of. Not the same consistency. These are really fine and like, I can't explain it, but they're beautiful. As I said, I've ordered the purple ones because I think they'll definitely go better with this. So it'll be added white and purple. So I do all these, get my resin mixed up. I did go in a couple of days later and put extra resin on because I feel like if you're not careful putting resin around the edges, any colours that you may use can kind of leach underneath the crystals and the glass, and then you're left with how do I fix that. I've been there. Normally if they've not gone in too far, I would just dab some white paint on, as I said before, and then just put a few more sprinkles of quartz or glass over the top, and then ta-da, it covers your mistake. But we'd like that for that not to happen. So yeah, I think that was me. I'd got all my flakes on and I'm just kind of putting down extra bits where I felt like it maybe needed more, tidying them up a bit before I do the resin. Definitely going to try and move on to maybe doing I say this dependent on maybe one video to push a week. We'll wait and see. I'd like to try and get part 3 edited and up after this, but then I want to go and do my glitter lines, and then after the glitter it'll be another coat of resin, and then the Posca lines, and then another coat of resin, because I want to see them kind of reflected underneath. I want there to be shadow, so that I'm really excited about that. Can't wait to see it because I've never used pens before and it's exciting. I'm happy. Anybody has any tips on Posca pen lines on resin, feel free to pop them in the comments. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Do you just do the Posca lines and then not put resin on top? Or do you have to seal the Posca lines before you put resin on top? This is me a way to put my mask on. I use a Viper mask with organic filters. I've been looking into getting a full face one, but we'll wait and see. I think that does the job, and I've always got a really good ventilated space, so yeah, that would have been me. Mask on, mixing my resin, getting it all ready, and there's some sun coming in the window. That was nice because I think it had been quite a dreary day, and then the sun came out, which was brilliant. Still a good view. I think this was me rearranging the camera and saying to you, please excuse the lines of sun on the canvas as it fades away. And I think I can see while I'm looking at this that one of the top corner of the design, I think there's a stone out of place. Ah, that's better. Oh no. Every time it goes into me in the shadow I can see it. I use art resin, and I think personally it's one of the best resins on the market for non-yellowing. I've seen lots of people doing tests. Anybody needing any more info on that, just let me know. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, so 1 part hardener to 1 part resin, and then you mix for 3 minutes. As a rule, I always do 4, and people say don't mix fast. It's hard if you're in a hurry, not to do it slowly. Just do it as you would, but make sure that was me saying 3 minutes. Make sure when you're stirring to scrape the sides of the cup, scrape the bottom of the cup, keep scraping your stick off, and make sure it's well mixed. And you do get bubbles, but that's what your blowtorch is for, and your heat gun, because they'll just pop them. So don't worry if you get bubbles, it's easily fixed. So this is me, very uninteresting, mixing resin. It's loads of fun. I do find though, I don't know if anybody else has noticed with that resin, that sometimes you get tiny little bubbles float out of the cup, and obviously that's, probably because I've been stirring it too fast. I'm sure other people have maybe encountered the same thing. I just catch them with my hand and squish them. They're just tiny little bubbles that float about, but obviously you don't want them landing on anything, and especially for that reason alone, I definitely would advise wearing a mask, because you don't want them floating about the room and you're breathing them in. So yeah, it's better to be safe. So I think that was me done mixing, and I tend to start off, I like to drizzle it on in different directions instead of just pouring it straight out the cup, because I didn't want to get it near the quartz points. I wanted to stay, I wanted it under them and around the crystals underneath, but I didn't want it going over the top. I didn't want the resin being on the tops of the quartz points, so I tried to be very careful. And you'll maybe notice on the camera that all the opal effects flakes are all over the canvas panels. I left them there until I put the resin on. Just used an alcohol wipe to wipe them off. I say an alcohol wipe, I have a big bottle of alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and kitchen roll. So yeah, just give them a good wipe. This is me being as precise as I can, excuse me, with the resin, getting it all on there. It's all fun. It's all good fun, especially when the colours go on. That's my favourite bit. So I'd only just put the glass and the crystals on the corners, and then I came back in a bit with my 2 points for either side to get them to stay where I wanted. It was a trial, but we got there in the end. This will be going up. I put my Dutch pour video up the other day. That was a great success. So happy. And I helped someone to do one yesterday, so I felt like a teacher for a few hours. It was good to show someone how to do it, and the joy that they got from creating the cells and everything. I took some pictures of that one. I think I'll put them up on my Instagram. This video unfortunately will be too long for IGTV, so this one is for my YouTube, and I'll do a shorter version for my IGTV. But remember guys, if you like it, we do get into the more exciting one. Part 3 is all about the colours, I'm not going to tell you what they are. Obviously, you know one of them's gold and one of them's purple because I said that. Excuse me. But yeah, if there's anything you want to see, give me some suggestions. Please like, comment if you can, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications for when my next video's up. And when things are up and running a bit better, I'll definitely try and upload more content to my YouTube when I get a minute. Enjoy the rest of the video, guys. Bye.